Hey guys, Heath here at Shepherd's Forge. Some people were asking me about my forge, um, how I built it, what I did. Basically, um, I'm a certified structural welder and metal fabricator. So I just welded up a box. It's 3A steel. On the inside, top layer is kale wool, and that's just an insulator. Um, The inside, it's hard fire brick, which isn't the greatest in the world, I realize. But I don't know if you guys saw the video where I showed my pyrometer. I got no trouble getting up to heat. Um, my forge is 10 inches deep, it's 6 inches wide, and it's 5 inches high. Um, there's quite a bit of space in there, but not really. That's why I'm really looking forward to getting that coal forge, which I should be getting in a couple of weeks to a month. Um, One of the things I really like about my design here is this. Um, there is another kind of fire brick that refracts heat much better. It's very soft, it's very porous, it's very light. Um, and what I did here is I bought a brick of that, and that goes right up front here. That goes up there. And then I've got my little pass-through hole right there. Now, what I did was I saved this piece so that I can bring my forge up to temp, keep the heat going, and I can use my pair of tongs to pull this in and out when I need to, along with pull this out if I need to. Um, Now, I know a lot of people build their own burners, and I really thought about it. I thought about building my own burner, but honestly, it scared me a little. I just I can afford to buy one. It's basically what it came down to. Um, so back when Alex Steele was actually still making tutorial videos and things like that, when I was watching him a lot more than I am now, just because, don't get me wrong, I still watch him. I'm still a fan. I just really enjoyed his tutorials a lot more. And his live forging was always a lot of fun. I really kind of miss that. But the first time he offered forge burners, I jumped on it, and I got a Venturi Alex Steele forge burner, and that's what I've been using ever since. And it works. It's great. I've never had a single problem with it, ever. Not once, not ever. One thing I did want to mention though is, like, when I was drilling through the top of this to it was like a quarter-inch hole. That's it. That's all I needed to put in this to get my pyrometer heat gauge down in there. Well, this is just structural steel. It's not hard. It's a little tough to drill through, but it ain't that bad. I've drilled it at work plenty of times. But let me tell you, when you've had this thing up to temperature as many times as I have, that steel does get very, very hard. Much harder than, say, would have been from the factory. It took me a half an hour to drill through a 3/8 plate. And I don't use cheap drill bits. I was using Cobalt drill bits that are designed to go through hard steel. So, yeah, it took me a little while. And, hold on a sec, guys. And, I went through a lot of different configurations as far as the innards of this forge when I got started, just because I didn't know what the hell I was doing. I tried just kale wool. Well, that doesn't work very well. Then I tried just brick. That didn't work real well. So then I tried the brick and the kale wool together. Well, that worked out. What I ended up having to do was get some masonry discs and cut the bricks to fit tight so that I am creating an oven in there. I'm not losing heat. I'm not wasting propane. in all seriousness, I'm really surprised I was able to make as much Damascus as I have when I had that thing in the configuration that it was in. I'm really surprised I was able to get it up to 10. Now, obviously, I will have no problem. I mean, I, I, I did it like a professional this time. Yeah, so that's how I did it. If you guys have any questions, feel free to ask. These soft bricks, these things are awesome, but they are on the expensive side. I bought 2 of them. They were like $6 each, but it cost me like $27 total to have them shipped. So I mean, I don't know. I like them. They're great, but yeah, a little on the pricey side. That's why I go with the hard fire brick, because at my little Farmer Fleet store I go to, I could pick those up for about $2.30, $2.50 a brick, as opposed to $6 a brick. So that's why I go that route. That's all. So anyway, guys, I'm gonna fight the forge and get a little work done. I got a piece from work I gotta try to straighten out. I think it's a lost cause, but I told my boss, asked me, he's like, "Can you take this home and straighten this out, you think?" And I'm like, "Dude, I will do my best, but I'm not gonna promise anything. He's like, "Dude, if something goes wrong, I'll just buy a new one." But I thought, why waste the money? If you can take it home and make it work, we'll just keep using it. Okay. Anyway, that's what I'm going to work on today. I got off of work like a couple hours early, so I'm not ready to jump in the forge and start working. I mean, it's almost 4 o'clock, so I always try to be out of my shop by 5 so I don't piss off my neighbors. I got a pretty good standing with my neighbors. I just work from noon to 5. That way I don't bother anybody. I figure I can make as much noise as I want on a Saturday from noon to 5. Today's Friday, but I'm not going to be doing any pounding. It's just going to be trying to twist some stuff together. Anyway, have a good night, guys. From Heath here at Shepherd's Forge. Stay humble.